Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stefanie Drysdale's weekly cyber recap number 59. It's Friday, February 19th, 2021. Ms. Stefanie, welcome.
Thank you, Chuck. How are you?
Very well. We have a good show today. We're going to talk about sextortion emails, the Telegram Messenger privacy failure, and a little more on the SolarWinds hack. And a very special show. We're going to try this out. At the end, we're going to ask you guys some survey questions that you can reply to in LinkedIn. So stay tuned to the end of the show. Ms. Stefanie, take it away.
Thank you. So I'll just jump in. Security Boulevard had an article this week about sextortion email scams. This is a scam that takes advantage of your worst fears, that your most embarrassing moment could be captured and shared with all of your contacts, including your family and your colleagues. It plays on the fact that your career, your life, your reputation can be completely ruined with this one video. Tragically, this has led to a handful of suicides, both in the UK and in the US, when people have worried that they were actually victims of this. It starts as a simple email. It's going to attempt to convince you that your computer has been infected with some type of Trojan or malware. It's going to try to, tell you that it's allowed the hacker to record you in a compromised situation, or perhaps claiming to have access to all of your chats and your social media. And the only way to keep them from sharing the video is to pay them thousands of dollars in Bitcoin. So it gives you a deadline. Of course, it's going to create a sense of urgency. The emails can appear to come from your own email address, which sometimes can make people think that their device is truly compromised. It just makes it all that much more convincing. Additionally, they can use former, previous breaches that you've been part of to share one of your old passwords with you. And again, that makes you think that they do know more than they probably truly do. In the vast majority of these cases, you can ignore these emails, that this is just publicly available information that they are using to try to benefit from your fear. But if you are truly concerned, obviously reach out to your security team or your cybersecurity team, or even me. And, there's always good guidance out there to kind of help reassure you and help look for any earmarks that this might be more than just talk. So anyway, don't let your embarrassment put you in a bad situation. These are incredibly common, and the numbers have gone drastically up since mid-January. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions on that. Bleeping Computer shared an article this week about Telegram privacy features failing to delete self-destructing video files. You know that I'm a big fan of secure messaging. I think ephemeral messages that self-delete are the best way to communicate, unless there's a really specific reason you would need to keep those chats. In this particular case, the messaging app Telegram, which a lot of people use, the version 7.3 that they had a vulnerability, which has since been fixed, that exposed the location on your device sent between users with the self-destruct enabled, but they were still accessible after the designated expiration period. So definitely not good that these were hanging around after the fact and accessible through just an exposed code. Additionally, that the user's local passcodes were being stored in plain text on the device as well. So if you have an additional passcode to log into the app, those were exposed in plain text as well through certain device folders. Again, really, really important to stay on top of your apps, keep them updated very, very regularly. And if an app that you once trusted starts to have too many issues, definitely recommend that you shop for a safer one. So keep on top of those if you're using those. Info Security Magazine talked about Microsoft, the saying that 1,000 plus hackers worked on the SolarWinds campaign to breach and attack. So it's a really, really big compromise. To date, it's considered the largest and the most sophisticated attack that the world has ever seen. So it was discovered, curiously, by a FireEye employee when they noticed that logins from some FireEye FireEye employees had 2 different phones registered to them in their name. So a simple call from their security team reached out, and an employee exposed the whole entire campaign. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's when and to what degree. This was a really, really big deal. And just the fact that the security team noticed the slight anomaly and that they reached out to confirm, and they were able to find out more information about it, which ultimately exposed the entire compromise. It's, obviously it's a little late, but it's so good that they did that. This could have been still happening behind the scenes with no one even knowing about it. So really glad that that happened. Sends a message to us all to be mindful of those slight anomalies and verify, verify, verify. So for our survey, I have a question. How many of you have actually received a sextortion email? And if so, tell me what you did. Tell me if you responded. Tell me if you ignored it, if it concerned you. I'm very, very curious to hear if you guys have experienced these. Otherwise, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you all are well, staying warm. We are buried under feet of snow here in Chicago, so I hope you all are much warmer than we are. And to all our friends in Texas, wishing you warmth and lots of love from everyone here. That you have a swift recovery back to a little bit of normal very soon.